I obviously meant, like, after 4 hours of miscellaneous bullshit. I probably won't do much more of this today, but I at least want to get past that introductory fire cavern tutorial thing, so I'll have Ifrit in my Guardian Force collection. Oh, and in case you didn't catch this from me skipping through all that shit earlier on the tutorial screen, Guardian Forces are Final Fantasy VIII's word for summons. The system works a little bit differently than what you might be used to from earlier games, if you've played any of them. But, same thing. It's summons. The mechanics are always a little shifty, but I said on the first part of this video, oh, and I noticed in verifying its recorded state that my volume level on the game was way too high and drowning my voice out on a lot of it. But you may remember me saying that Final Fantasy I on PSP was a great way to practice your beginning Japanese skills. Well, I stand by that. And I can't vouch for 2, 3, or 4's inclusion of a hiragana only script. I kind of doubt that those have them. 2, if anything. But 2, 3, and 4 also all have English and Japanese language options. So if you want to revisit the early days of JRPGs with this series, pick up some PSP Final Fantasy titles and have some fun. I checked and you can get the first Final Fantasy for PSP, the 20th anniversary or 25th anniversary edition, right now on eBay for less than $20 if you're willing to forego the case and the booklet. If you want the full package, you're still not going to pay more than like $20, $30. I just don't want to talk to that guy right now, but maybe I should. They say first rule, talk to everybody. Well, second rule, break rules. I should visit my parents far more often than I do. It's just not often feasible. Bedam Garden. Very futuristic looking educational facility where young people train to be members of SEED. Whatever SEED is. And this is Squall Leonhart. You may remember him from the Kingdom Hearts game as Leon. Yeah. I don't know why they shifted it around, probably just so that the player of Kingdom Hearts would be surprised after the Leon they'd been hearing about was actually Squall. But ours is named Woman. So junction your Guardian Force. Sounds very straightforward. Okay. Gotta junction it to use its abilities and to power it up. If a GF isn't junctioned, it's just wasting its time. And if you don't have at least one GF junctioned to anybody who can junction them, you're wasting time. Oh, and you also have to have GFs junctioned in order to use magic. Your magic is directly tied into summons, kind of similar to Esper's. Kind of a backpedaling from materia, but still a new system that doesn't play anything like Final Fantasy VI. If anybody's watching this, once again, I know it's egotistical to assume that anybody would, but if anybody is, and you have no idea what I'm talking about because you've never played a Final Fantasy game, that's fine. I'm not going to explain any of it, but you gotta start somewhere. And if you watch, you will soon see exactly what all this bullshit is and why all these explanations are repetitive and unnecessary for anyone who's ever explored this genre. Even even though all the games are set in their own universes, the summons, or guardian forces as they're called here, they're called Aeons in Final Fantasy X, they're called Eidolons in Final Fantasy IX. They stay largely the same, at least some of them do. Ifrit, the devil-looking one that we're about to go collect from the fire cavern during my quote-unquote exam, he's kind of like what you would imagine Diablo or the devil to look like. He appears in most Final Fantasy games, and all of them now, but some of the early ones, not so much. Well, actually, he might be in all of them. Bahamut does appear in every Final Fantasy game, and even has a spin-off of his own. A few spin-offs. Japanese exclusives, unfortunately. But, Shiva, Icy Hottie, as I named her, she's always a scantily clad ice queen thing. Awesome, usually very hot. Especially in Final Fantasy X. And of course you've got Rama, the old man who controls lightning. You've also got Fat Chocobo in a few of the entries, one of the more charming summons. Titan, big Atlas-looking guy who shakes the earth with earthquake-type magic. My favorite summon is from Final Fantasy VII, and it's called Knights of the Round, because I think it's just comically overly long. It goes on for so long that players often stare at the screen just frustratedly waiting for it to finish. But if you're doing those final boss fights and you don't have the extra boons from the international or American versions, you're gonna be seeing Knights of the Round play a few times before Safer Sephiroth is completely killed. Wow, this HD upgrade on the graphics looks far more jarring on the world map. I'm not saying bad, just like, damn. The aliasing on a CRT TV made it look more complicated than the programming actually is. Sure did not give me very many steps that time around. I can tell that I junctioned. Random battles, I'm so over, hopefully, but I know, I just used to it. Press R1 while pulling the trigger on his gun blade, and it increases your attack negligibly. Well, a little bit. You should do it every time, just because why waste ability, but it's disappointingly little in its boost. I wish they'd given me the option to skip this tutorial. Look at this picture though, it's very womanly. Kind of like the Boy Named Sue song. His parents named him Woman so that he would grow up realizing A, that homophobia is ridiculous, that misogyny is ridiculous, that women are every bit as strong as men, and in fact, in some ways stronger if you're paying enough attention. And that's just the result of conditioning. I mean, men could be stronger if they were more willing to think. But testosterone does play a part in blocking that behavior. I have less of it than most guys, I assume, but it's enough to make me act like an idiot regularly. But that's what Chatterbait's for. I mean, chat roulette. That's the same thing. Chat roulette's free, though. And pretty much all dudes. Oh, damn it. I swear to God, if there is a long, unskippable thing, I will accidentally watch it twice every time. Maybe more conscious button presses will help me to get over that, but since the main point of this live stream isn't to show people the game or to show people how cool I am, but rather so I can go back and listen to myself ramble and gain a better understanding with my in-the-moment mind, it's just ample opportunity for me to be unconscious. And I doubt I will avoid repeating tutorials or long messages. They say if you're live streaming, you should always have your image. Well, if I enjoy this ramble session enough to justify continuing to do this, I'll get a capture card and I'll turn my laptop camera towards me or something and go through OBS and make it look good, but this is just to see if I enjoy it. And so far, it's okay. We got this, let's do it. I wonder if by rendering the game at a lower resolution, let's say 10 minutes. I wonder if it renders it at a lower resolution and thereby is able to save bandwidth from streaming. Okay, cool. It's a lot like the Dachau cave in Utai. And there we have the first appearance of Squall's catchphrase. Whatever. Hundreds of thousands or millions of people throughout the Americas died, and colonialization was made a lot easier. genocide. But most of it accomplished via smallpox and other viruses that we brought to the New World.
Better be, we have less than half the time left. Shit. Why is it up and gives us the option of skipping along them? Kind of awesome. Also give you the option of shooting. Damn, how do you do that?
Alright, got 1 minute to get out of here. Come on, y'all. We'll go with the victory dance. Just let me out. Come on. Save me. Also playing Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu and Black and White, but my Black and White game, every Pokemon I catch is just their name with a Y at the end. Pikachu-y, Squirtle-y, Bulbasaur-y. If it doesn't work, then I'll figure out something else, but that's the general formula. If I got a dog Pokemon, I would certainly name it Doggy or Puppy. My way of satirizing the silliness displayed in the way things and animals. As if we're all atoms. But the realization of that truth is much deeper and harder to grasp than most people prepare for. Never mind, I don't have to get out of here on the one road after all. That's pretty cool. My time with the sights then. There we go. Now that the boss fight's over here, probably gonna get hit from that. Yep. Backgrounds in these PlayStation RPGs that Squaresoft made. I'd like to get my favorite one or two or three printed and framed into one of the wall market, actually. Yay, first not really a real dungeon is complete. My instructor only one level above me. Seems like she might be underqualified. Obviously it doesn't, it doesn't do this thing which I like the game to do. My preference is for them to just jam you into the story immediately. This, so far, has given little to no explanation of what's going on, who these people are. You know that you're at an academy where your exams consist of fighting monsters, but what is Seed? What is the state of this world? Who is Squall? How old are any of these kids? Is it like a Tamagotchi? Do I have to like put it in a digital container and take it for walks in something that has a pedometer? If you're not going to let me skip, they should at least do like the Persona games and let me fast forward, but this is a much older game, so I can't blame it for showing its age. When these long, unskippable, non-story parts are being clicked through as quickly as possible by myself, I may use the opportunity to practice my a cappella singing. And so once again, my dear Johnny, my dear friend. And so once again, it appears that my little puppy friend, Tippy, might want to go for a walk. And in that case, I'm willing to oblige her. I'm about to save Tippy, and then we'll go for a walk. Is there a save point right there? Before? Oh, it's inside next to the directory. That's right. There you go. Save your game, old woman. Okay. And I'll see whoever's out there, by which I mean nobody, next time. Where we will get into more of the actual game beyond thinly veiled tutorials and completely unveiled tutorials labeled in the menu as tutorial.